Okay, what's up guys? This is S7 Beats here bringing you with another commentary on my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be showing you how I made this storytelling ambient trap beat in FL Studio. So let's get right into it. Okay, this first sound is a sound out of Dune 2, but it has some really great sounds, and this is from actually an expansion pack I got. Yep, it's from an expansion pack. I can't remember where I got this expansion pack from, but I also put half speed on it from Gross Beat, and I put a simple EQ taking out most of the highs, and here's what it sounds like. Okay, as you can hear, that sounds very smooth, kind of ambient, kind of spacey, spacious, and let's just go to the next sound. Okay, his next sound is a piano out of the Goliath expansion pack of East West, and I use East West a lot. Link in the description to go download it. It's only $20 a month for strings, pianos, guitars, all high quality, and I use it all the times in my beats, especially the guitars and the pianos and the strings. But I did use this piano, just a classical piano, basically your generic piano you will probably hear in a lot of beats. And all I did was add, well, I didn't even do nothing with this EQ, and I added a reverb that's also from East West Sounds, which is the Quantum Leap Spaces. Another thing that comes with the $20 per month plan you get is this, and it's really good. I use it on my claps and my pianos and stuff just to make it sound like it has more room and space all the time. And I use a sound godizer to kind of make the piano sound more alive, I guess is the best word to put it. And here's what it sounds like. Okay, this piano is used more like a transition sound, and you're gonna hear when I talk about the arrangement on how I used it in the beat to make it kind of like fit with the beat, but let's just go to the next sound. Okay, his next sound is just some bells out of Expand 2. I use Expand 2 a lot more now than I used to. At first, I kind of just used it sporadically. Now I use it in like basically all my beats. Also, it helps because it doesn't use a lot of CPU space, which if you know anything about that, let's just not get into that. But all I put was a simple EQ onto there, taking out some of the highs, and here's what it sounds like. Okay, as you can hear, it's kind of both the piano and the bells kind of have like the notes are kind of like spaced out and stuff. There's a reason. Explain more of that in the arrangement section. But let's get right into the next sound, which is the drums. Okay, next sound is some hi-hats, and they sound like this. Okay, very simple hi-hats. Okay, next sound is some open hats, and they sound like this. Okay, the next sound is a tambourine, which I believe in this beat I actually switch between the open hat and the tambourine like every 4 notes, I think. So here's what the tambourine sound like. Okay, his next sound is a snare, and it sounds like this. Okay, on this snare I also added some like stereo imagery to like kind of like make the snare sound wider and in the stereo field, and I also added some reverb from the Quantum Leap Spaces, and as you can hear, that's what it sounds like. It may sound like it was actually hitting a lot harder for the snare, and one day I will make a video on how I do my drums, but for now I just love explaining how I make these beats. But let's go to the next sound. Okay, and now let's go to the last sound, which is just a synth bass. Even though it is a synth bass, it goes with the drum. So let's just go to the last sound, which is a synth bass. Okay, for the synth bass, I added a EQ to take out most of the highs, and I also added a wave shaper to add like some depth to the volume of it, and I also added a distortion to it, and which I don't use very often, but for this beat, it sounded really good. And here's what it sounds like. Let's play the drums in this all together. Okay, and here's what it sounds like. Okay, also, I found out I actually layered the open hat and the tambourine together to make it have like an open hat tambourine kind of sound. I don't know, but it sounded great with the beat. So let's go to the arrangement part of the beat now, and let me explain how I arrange this beat. Okay, first let's start out with the beginning of the beat. The start of the beat is very simple. It basically has a riser, which is basically just a reverse cymbal, and it has a cymbal right there to hit, to basically start out the beat. And here's what it basically sounds like.
A 7, you sleep with me?
Okay, as you can hear, I use my beat tag and the reverse cymbal to like lead you into the beat and kind of like hit really hard so you like know it's transitioning, and it also helps the artist kind of too. And okay, this next part I want to explain is how I use the bells. I mainly use the bells around this area, and you can listen how I transition into. Okay, as you can hear, I transition from just like the open hat with the tambourine and the snare and the kick, and then I transition into the bells, and the bells basically lead into like the breakdown portion of the beat. It's basically like to transition it into like more like the chorus part or whatever. Maybe artists might be talking along this part or something. And the next part, I'm going to show you how I use this piano, and I also use this Fruity Love filter to kind of like make it sound like the main melody is kind of like underwater almost, and it's actually a part of Fruity Love filter, and it's on the main melody. It's actually right here, and I created an automation clip so I could actually like make it come in at a certain time, like right here. And as you can see, it's that green portion right there. If you're a beginner, just explain it a little bit. And here's how I incorporated the piano. Okay, now as you can hear, I like use the piano kind of like as a transition sound also, just like I use the bells. And the bells actually come back in to like help transition into the piano again, which is kind of hard to explain why I did it that way, but it just sounded great. Arrangement, in my opinion, is more just making it sound great. Just make everything like smoothly transition into each other. And now I'm done telling you how I arrange this beat because it basically just goes right back to the same like 16 bar loop as before, as the beginning. And well, this is the beat. like the video. Please like, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me your thoughts in the comments. How did you feel about this beat? And I'm out.
A 7, you swipe it.